defeat, you still dare to meddle in our country's affairs! You're the bastard! You should worry for your own land! In the name of Grand General Bastille, I shall execute you!
The crow from the Reventine Monastery.
I still feel your lingering breath as silence fills the dark. Draven, my precious crow. May you find eternal rest in the dark of your and you, Greymane, shall wither away and rot in the earth's cold embrace. Your soul will never find peace.
I'm having a hard time finding any peace as it is. Have at it, witch!
When Umbra casts absolute darkness upon this land, the corpses of those foolish witches from Tarek will pile into a mountain. I shall stand atop that mountain and witness the arrival of true paradise. Yet, I wished for my son Draven to be by my side.
If you long to see your son forever.
So be it. Let us see how long you jest. I will twist your neck until that insolent mouth of yours is silenced. So that not even a whimper of pain escapes your lips. Then, I'll turn you inside out and grant you the agony of your limbs to be torn apart for an eternity. In the end, your shredded soul will be part of the fighting world. to Draven. How about I claim you as my own, as my son?
Your words reek of deceit, witch!
I shall grant you wealth, power, and strength that is challenged by none.
Thought you could still feel Draven's breath?
A hideous fear always dwelled deep within that child. But you are different. You are perfection.
What a chilling compliment! Is this the place Diedrich mentioned?
Ho! Look how the heavens smile upon us. Captain?
This is what you were talking about.
Aye. A veritable crown of jewels, fit for a queen. Look how they sparkle with splendor. Bursts of brilliant ruby flame. Shades of cerulean that put the sea to shame. Streaks of sunlight striking stone, dappling the earth with viridian hues. Ah! How could anyone tire of such a sight?
Don't ask me. You've got the pickaxe.
What? Oh, it's trembling! My excitement made manifest has moved me most literally!
Diedrich! This place is full of corpses.
Another intruder who dares to covet my hoard. None but I are worthy to wield such wealth. This writhing worm doubted me. So I swiftly dispelled him of his doubt. It seems you require a similar lesson. No, this cannot be. If I am no longer worthy, then who can bear such burden? The weight of this crown. I now rule over naught but ruin.
Devil of the reed fields, I have come to claim your head.
Show yourself, coward!
You would take such a pitiful life as mine? Well, you're certainly not the first to try. My own father, if one could call him that. Came desperately seeking his bastard boy, when no sons were left of his noble line. But when he took one look at my leprous face, he called me the devil. Tried ending my life. So much. Let us tarry a while. secret has come to light. This dance shall resume some other day.
Running again?
Allow this poor man a brief respite, and look to your own health as well, until we meet again.
Outsider! Where are the kids?
He's here to take the spirit's children! Kill him, quick! Before we incur his wrath! We cannot let him take the children! You got any idea what you're doing? The spirit will punish us all! Why the spirit of the mountain! Over there! They've all gone and doomed ourselves!
Shit. bandits were scared to death.
Prove why the gold leaves answer to me!
The tyrant has fallen! Kill him! Tear him apart!
The blight has been purged. This sly rat shall now take center stage.
An era of darkness has ended. Our branches, once beset by rot, shall see new growth, and our efforts in Hernand shall finally bear fruit. This I vow as Branch Master Shakatu!
Crimson Desert is an upcoming large-scale open-world action-adventure game developed and published by Pearl Abyss, built as a next-generation flagship title designed to showcase the capabilities of the studio's proprietary Black Space engine. Set across the war-scarred fantasy continent of Pywel, the game follows Cliff Macduff, a battle-weathered mercenary leader and the son of Martinus, who finds himself burdened with the responsibility of reuniting his fractured Greymane company after years of internal conflict, external pressure from rival factions, and the growing spread of an ancient, malignant force. Although Cliff begins the story with the simple intent to restructure his group and survive another harsh season, he becomes increasingly entangled in long-standing feuds, political intrigue, and supernatural events that threaten the very foundations of Pywel's already fragile stability. While Crimson Desert originated as a prequel concept to the MMORPG Black Desert Online, it eventually evolved into a narrative-driven standalone experience. Despite no longer functioning as a direct tie-in, it retains the broader universe's cultural and historical touchstones, giving returning fans a sense of familiarity while offering newcomers a fully independent story. Pearl Abyss has repeatedly emphasized that Crimson Desert prioritizes handcrafted storytelling, cinematic presentation, and character-centric narrative beats over the primarily sandbox-oriented structure of their MMO projects. The result is an action RPG hybrid that blends story depth with large environments, extensive combat variety, and rich world simulation features. The world of Pywel is portrayed as a harsh, windswept land shaped by historical conflicts, regional rivalries, long-forgotten magic, intense economic pressures, and local cultures struggling to rebuild in the aftermath of war. Each territory has its own visual identity, governance structure, environmental hazards, and local traditions. Mountain fortresses, sparse plains, gloomy forests, desert towns, bustling trade hubs, and myth-ridden ruins are all interwoven through a seamless open world with minimal loading, designed to evoke a sense of authenticity and lived-in realism. This environmental diversity is supported by advanced rendering technology, dynamic weather cycles, physically simulated clouds, melting snow, sandstorms, volumetric fog, and intricate lighting systems that adapt to time-of-day transitions. At the heart of gameplay lies a robust, physical, and highly reactive combat system. Cliff can engage enemies using a mixture of melee weapons, projectiles, improvised tools, elemental enhancements, and environment-based interactions. Combat animations shift depending on terrain, stamina, enemy weight, and contextual conditions. Players can disarm foes, use grapples, throw objects, initiate finishing moves, and take advantage of enemy weaknesses to dismantle groups or challenge larger adversaries. Mounted combat plays an equally central role, with players able to fight from horseback, engage in cavalry charges, chase fugitives, or perform acrobatic dismount attacks. Larger battles incorporate siege weaponry, group morale, defensive structures, and scenario-specific objectives such as breaching gates, protecting caravans, or rescuing captured allies. The game's world systems deepen the sense of agency and immersion. Cliff's company can be expanded or diminished depending on leadership decisions, resource allocation, and the outcomes of key missions. Morale influences battle performance, interactions around campfires, the willingness of companions to follow orders, and even the branching paths of certain quests. Players can gather materials, cook meals, craft equipment, tame horses, trade goods, recruit specialists, and develop outposts that serve as rest hubs throughout the continent. Different regions offer unique mini-activities such as fishing, negotiating with townsfolk, settling disputes between traders, clearing bandit hideouts, hunting rare creatures, or uncovering ancient artifacts tied to Pywel's lost civilizations. Traversal also receives major attention. Beyond basic exploration on foot, players can ride horses across vast plains, scale walls or cliffs, glide from mountain peaks, swim through rivers, and dive into underwater caverns. Certain story segments also include naval travel, allowing players to steer boats across lakes or coastal waters, while late-game sequences introduce high fantasy mounts and large-scale airborne situations that broaden the scope of exploration. All these systems are supported by the engine's physics simulation, enabling destructible structures, dynamic foliage reactions, weight-based collisions, and fluid water behaviour. Pearl Abyss has openly acknowledged that the development of Crimson Desert has been more challenging and time-consuming than initially expected. Continuous iterations on combat feel, environmental interactivity, voiceover pipelines, and global localization contributed to multiple delays. After early plans aimed at a release closer to 2024 to 2025, the studio made the decision to push the game to March 19, 2026, allowing extra time for console certification, optimization, accessibility features, and global distribution readiness. Despite these delays, public showcases triggered overwhelmingly positive reactions from fans and critics, with many praising the game's cinematic quality, detailed animations, creative battle scenarios, bold visual direction, and atmospheric presentation. Narratively, the game emphasizes choice, consequence, and character relationships. Cliff's interactions with companions affect personal loyalty, unlock unique skills, reshape the tone of group banter, and shift potential story outcomes. Decisions regarding treaties, faction alliances, mercenary contracts, and the handling of emergencies ripple outward, influencing regional stability and shaping how NPC factions view the Greymanes. Some paths may favour diplomacy and reform, while others embrace a more ruthless mercenary approach, each shaping Cliff's legacy and altering Pywel's political future. Major enemies include rival mercenary captains, supernatural creatures influenced by ancient forces, rogue warlords, corrupted wildlife, and large mythic bosses with unique patterns requiring observation and strategy. Encounters such as the infamous stag-like monstrosity revealed in early footage demonstrate the blend of physical combat, terrain manipulation, and cinematic scale the game aims to deliver. With pre-orders available for PC, PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X/S, Crimson Desert has steadily become one of the most anticipated games of the decade. It has seen extensive attention across major industry events, such as Gamescom, trade show presentations, and platform-specific showcases, where each new reveal has expanded player expectations and broadened the game's fanbase. By combining narrative ambition, open-world exploration, RPG depth, and high-fidelity real-time rendering, Crimson Desert positions itself as a defining next-generation action-adventure experience ahead of its scheduled 2026 launch. Now you can enjoy some screenshots without any interruption. Enjoy!